Hey folks, today's video is one that I'm sure some of you are going to be like,
oh, we're talking about this again.
and I know, because I've seen several videos where people have talked about NFTs. Actually, Nick is not green and Ethan is online posted a video where they went to an NFT convention like last week. I don't know. We've all seen so many videos about NFTs. I know. I'm so done with it. You're so done with it. Who wants them? But we're going to talk about
Makeup and NFTs.
where makeup brands have decided, rather than put out new and innovative products or reinvigorate things that they already have or just make good business decisions, they've decided, no, we're going to jump on the bandwagon. We're going to jump on the train, the newest trend from MLMs for crypto bros, because that's what NFTs are. They are MLMs for crypto bros. MLMs being multi-level marketing, not men loving men, and NFTs stand for fungible token. We will get into that. But I wanted to bring attention to my sweet new sweatshirt. I bought Jarvis Johnson merch like months ago on pre-order and it got sent to my house this week and I was like, oh my god, yay! Like, pre-ordering things is so fun because then you forget that you bought it, and then when you get the shipping notification months later, you're like, oh, right, I forgot I bought this. It's just like Christmas out of nowhere. So I like pre-ordering things for that reason. I matched my eyeshadow to the sweatshirt, so yeah, it's a whole look today. I like it though. I'm wanting to wear more color because I realize most of my wardrobe is black, and if we're gonna have another hot summer, I don't want to be constantly absorbing the sun worse than I could be. You know? Yeah, just thought I would bring attention to this. And before we jump into everything, this is your reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. And also my second channel has videos on it now. I forgot that until you get to partnership, you can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes. So we're starting with some shorter ones. Yeah, go check out my second channel if you haven't already. I'm gonna be putting more like stream type stuff on there, sim stuff, anime related stuff that isn't really like makeup or commentary based, just like sillier things. Because I think from now on, my main channel, I want it to be like makeup and commentary. Those are kind of the things that I feel like I can put in a lot of time into, and I think that that's the stuff that you guys like the most. So, silly stuff is going to go on the second channel. More polished videos will be going here. You're welcome to go subscribe to that channel if you would like. But back to NFTs. I have seen so many videos about NFTs. I watched Germbot did a video just kind of ranking NFTs, just like looking at like, is this good? Is this bad? It was more kind of a funny video. Curtis has done videos about NFTs. Like I said, Ethan and Nick is not green. So many people have talked about NFTs at this point. And I feel like as far as a topic goes, people have made up their mind as far as like what their opinion of them is. If you know what it is, you know how you feel about it. If you don't know what it is, might I introduce you to the topic? I apologize in advance. Part of me wishes that I didn't have this information in my brain. Part of me wishes that I could just like Control-Alt-Delete this function and just shut it down real quick, but no, I cannot. And makeup brands are getting into it, so I want to talk about it. Based on Wikipedia, here's the definition. A non-fungible token, or an NFT, is a non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain, a form of digital ledger that can be sold and traded. Types of NFT data units may be associated with digital files, such as photos, videos, and audio. Because each token is uniquely identifiable, NFTs differ from most cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, which are fungible. Basically is like a digital trading card where like each one has its own little serial number, whereas like the value of a certain amount of Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency you're using, if you trade it, it's the same money basically, but if you're trading NFTs, each one is like
Different.
fake money. It's fake money, okay? Basically, it's a digital serial number that makes your NFT one of a kind, even though like image-based NFTs can be just like screenshotted or just like saved from the internet. Also from Wikipedia, NFTs have been used as a speculative asset, i.e. fake money, and they have drawn increasing criticism for the energy cost and carbon footprint associated with validating blockchain transactions, as well as their frequent use in art scams. The NFT market has also been compared to a Ponzi scheme, or
MLMs for dude bros.
it's not even the thing. It's not even like the thing that you're buying. It's like the thing that's attached to it, right? Which makes it even more confusing for me as somebody who's like never even used blockchain, never really wants to get into blockchain or Bitcoin. I don't even like stocks. I don't like instability in how much something is worth, okay? I don't like it. And NFTs are the definition of that. Case in point, Jack Dorsey, the like head of Twitter, he made an NFT out of his first tweet.
Why?
Probably trolling, to be honest. That feels like a very trollish move, which, I mean, for the head of Twitter, makes sense. MySpace Tom would never do that, okay? Jack sold that for $2.9 million last year. He sold an NFT of his first tweet. Is that art? I mean, art is subjective, but why?
Why?
Who would buy that? Well, somebody bought it and they basically put it back on the blockchain to kind of see the value. And now that same first tweet that was somehow valued at 2.9 million something dollars now could be up for grabs for less than $14,000, which still too expensive. But the initial bid for that tweet was $280. So you have 2.9 million, 14,000, and $280. First of all, if you have the amount of money that you can spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on serial numbers of tweets, maybe you should be investing your money slightly differently. Just my 2 cents. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to problems with NFTs. Like the whole like wealth culture around it is confounding, off-putting, very exclusive feeling, and very, like I said, scammy, like MLMs. It's very scammy and it feels weird. It doesn't feel real. It feels made up, okay? But besides that whole scammy aspect of it, NFTs are a huge issue, like environmentally, weirdly enough. It's like, how is the environment hurt by selling JPEGs for thousands of dollars?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Because for some reason, I don't know exactly how the science and the like the computer science works into it, but the actual energy it takes to mint something on the blockchain, to make something into an NFT officially, takes such a huge amount of energy that graphics cards and machines solely built for crypto farming are running 24 hours a day, using up so much energy and so much bandwidth, and it's creating such a huge carbon footprint from saving JPEGs in a weird special way. That's baffling to me. Besides just the actual environmental impact as far as like using up so much of that power from crypto farms working 24 hours a day, it also has made actually getting your hands on computer gear for people who use it for other things very, very difficult. Like if you ever watch like channels that are really into like PC parts and PC building, unless they have like a sponsorship with like a PC parts company, like it's very difficult to get your hands on actual graphics cards and parts because so many of those are being bought out by the dozens, by the hundreds for these crypto mining farms. You can't get your hands on them. So the prices are skyrocketing. So you have people who need to actually upgrade their computers, get new graphics cards for making sure that the software they use works to its optimum potential, but they can't buy graphics cards because they're sold out everywhere and you have to wait for months at a time and they're like double the price at least. That's so weird. Just the idea of that amount of upheaval in like the computer parts industry and like that amount of like environmental impact just from like making a piece of art or something into something that is special. It's to guarantee that it's not fungible, that it's its own unique token. What? So it inflates the cost of all of these parts and it causes far more scarcity and artificial scarcity sometimes to the point where people are just like buying up a lot of things just to resell them for a ton of money. One thing that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about and something that I was thinking about is how it's kind of turned the idea of selling art, whether it's digital art, whether it's physical art, whether it is music, whether it is video, any sort of visual or audio media, it has kind of gamified it, made it into like this weird gambling type of situation where it feels a lot less about the art and about the artists and more about just the culture and the process. The definition of gamification being the application of typical elements of game playing, e.g. point scoring, competition with others, rules of play, to other areas of activity, typically as an online marketing technique to encourage engagement with a product or a service. So artists being able to make money and artists being able to sell their art, it has turned this into some gambling game. Which brings me to the huge issue that artists have. There's a lot of artists that have utilized NFTs. It happens. Some artists jumped on the bandwagon very quickly, like Beeple. I'm not happy about him making NFTs, but like of all of the people like who make art on a consistent basis, like it kind of makes sense. But there's a lot of artists that went in on this and they kind of rescinded what they were going to do. Like I was watching a video last year, 1000, who is a graphic artist who was originally, I think, based out of the Midwest, moved here. He's done all kinds of stuff, but he was making one of his prints or two of his prints into NFTs. And like in the process of actually making that video, because he was making like a vlog about it, people in his comment section were like, hey dude, maybe look into everything that kind of surrounds NFTs and what goes into it and like the environmental impact. And he like decided to not do it that way. He decided just to like auction them off and just like have limited runs and for people to buy them, which makes a lot of sense to me. Like why did it take this newfangled fake money MLM crypto bro world to make buying art cool? You know, like just buy art, whether it's digital, whether it's you get copies of things, prints, originals. Like why did it have to turn into this weird gamified blockchain fever dream? And a lot of artists have actually voiced their struggles with having their art stolen and made into NFTs without their consent, without their permission, which, you know, the whole idea of NFTs so that artists can like have their stuff be unique and actually make money that they deserve on it, when there's so many loopholes and so many weird things that people can just do and sell other people's art as their own. Already plagiarizing and like taking somebody else's artwork and selling it as your own is awful. Yes, it is awful. It is never okay. But with the added virality of NFTs and these blockchain websites, it makes it that much worse because you have the quickness of the blockchain where things are being traded constantly and the value increases and decreases constantly, and it can get shared like that, and then other people can share it, and then other people can save it and share it. So it's like the system doesn't work very well for artists specifically, because it's like you can just save things and make it in, like, what's the difference? What is the difference between a copy, like an NFT, realistically, of a piece of art and then just a saved copy of it? One has some made up serial number that makes it special, but it's like, it's art. It's like the newfangled way of like rich people buying like original pieces of artwork for their own home gallery for thousands and thousands of dollars. Probably the most obnoxious example of an NFT that I saw early on was when Kings of Leon decided to make their album NFTs, which I'm like, okay, digital art is one thing, like a picture that somebody draws or paints or manipulates a photograph, that's one thing. You can technically sell one of those things, right? It'll still get stolen, it'll still get copied, you know. But when it comes to
albums,
when you're selling albums to many people who are getting the same album, it's the same album. Like, it's the same songs. So, like, what makes it unique? Like, unless you are selling individual tracks that are unique to each NFT, what makes it any different than just buying an album? It doesn't. It doesn't make it any different. I'm like, really, Kings of Leon? That's how far you guys have sunk? Really? I used to like your music. I did. I used to like Kings of Leon. Back in, like, the Use Somebody and prior to those days, I liked Kings of Leon. Now, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Apparently making their newest album into an NFT for no reason. I will have videos in the description as well as articles that I used when I was looking through everything and researching. I will include all my sources below because there's a lot to even dig even more into. But I didn't want to go into like video game NFTs because that's a whole nother thing. But now actually to the makeup at hand. We have some brands that have decided, yeah, let's make some NFTs for makeup products. The post that made me want to make this video in the first place was a real post, I believe, from MAC.
Okay, we have to talk about the biggest beauty news this week. MAC Cosmetics has teamed up with the Keith Haring Foundation to launch the first ever NFT by Keith Haring. But that's not all. The collection features 3 NFTs that are each inspired by Keith Haring's artwork, and they also give back 100% to support youth living with or affected by HIV and AIDS. So it's charitable, baby! The Tier 1 NFT is inspired by the Red Herring Viva Glam lipstick and is only $25. Tier 2 is inspired by Canal Blue lipstick. There are 250 of them and they're $150 each. And the third tier is inspired by the St. Mark's Yellow Viva Glam lipstick. There's only 25 of them and they're $1,000 each. And if you're like me and you're a complete crypto novice, don't you worry because you can buy them straight with your credit card, no cryptocurrency needed, and 100% is going to a good cause. Can't wait to meet you guys in the metaverse.
And MAC launched an NFT collection with the Keith Haring Foundation, and they've done multiple collaborations with the Keith Haring Foundation before. And Keith Haring is an artist who passed away years ago. And the mission of the Keith Haring Foundation is to sustain, expand, and protect the legend of Keith Haring, his art, and his ideals. And the foundation supports non-for-profit organizations that assist children, as well as organizations involved in education, prevention, and care related to AIDS. So in honor of National Youth HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, MAC launched an NFT collection featuring work from Keith Haring, who has been dead for 30 years. MAC General Manager Andre Branch said, "This will be the first time in Viva Glam's 27-year history that fans and supporters in the US will be able to contribute to Viva Glam without buying a physical lipstick." But why NFTs though? Okay? Just open donations and make it easy for people to Why did you have to make NFTs as a way for people to donate? That has been something that I've seen across the board with makeup brands making NFTs, is that they're attaching it to charities, which, like, yes, charitable giving is a good thing. Donating to charity is never a bad thing. I will say, when it comes to corporations and people who own corporations and run corporations, when charities are involved, usually it's like a drop in the pocket, a drop in the ocean as far as their total funds, and it actually ends up helping them more in the long run, just for like lip service and also tax returns. I will say, of all of the brands, MAC has made their Viva Glam program, their Viva Glam line, and their Viva Glam charity part of their kind of central brand identity. I mean, for decades. Like, they've had it around for so long, and it's always been kind of a cornerstone, and it's always been something that they promoted and something that they would come out with new things every year, several times a year. So, like, I do respect MAC for doing that and for having that be a core part of their brand for decades. But it didn't have to be NFTs this time. MAC released 3 NFT series, which again slightly confused me. So at 3 rarity levels, so like one of the products, one of the NFTs has like 5,000 pieces, one has 250 pieces, and then one only has 25 pieces, which again, slightly confusing because it's like, it's the same thing. They're all getting the same thing, but there's just 25 of them versus 5,000 of them. Again, digital trading cards. So the 3 rarity levels and 3 price points are Keith Haring Red, which is rare, which is $25 at 5,000 pieces. Keith Haring Blue, which is the exclusive one, it's $150 out of 250 pieces. And then Keith Haring Yellow, which is the icon level rarity, at $1,000 at 25 pieces. So 25 pieces for $1,000. The issue that I have is that these little digital works of art that are inspired by Keith Haring, that he had no actual part in making, because, like I said, he's been dead for 3 decades, they're not really going to increase in value. Because, realistically, they're not that rare, even. Like, each one isn't different. The point of minting them on the blockchain makes no sense because people aren't going to be going and reselling them on the blockchain, making more money from charitable purchases. So that's the thing that really confuses me about NFTs and charities, because it's like, if you're buying something and all of the money from that thing goes to charity, wasn't the point of having the blockchain and having things fluctuate in value is that people can resell them. So who's gonna resell charity things? Who's gonna resell charity NFTs? And MAC wasn't the only brand to jump on the NFT bandwagon. Elf, NARS, and Givenchy all have made NFTs. A broad range of price ranges. We have Elf, which is one of the least expensive brands in the drugstore. I mean, MAC, which is, kind of the lower price end of like high end. NARS, which is more expensive. And then Givenchy, which you get to like full on designer stuff. But Elf launched gold dip versions of popular products, including their Poreless Putty Primer. Gotta love that alliteration. I do love that alliteration. Their 16-hour camo concealer and Ride or Die lip balm. And 3 of each were sold on Bitsky for the same price as their retail counterparts. These weren't even like crazy expensive. These were the same prices as if you were to buy them in a store. So you're getting the digital versions that you aren't going to be able to use them on your face for the same price as something that you would be able to use. Literally why? Literally what's the point? So in this instance, Elf is actually targeting more of their own fans versus crypto bros by putting it at that lower price point. So Elf isn't necessarily like really kind of trying to rein in the crypto bros and the NFT crowd. They're more just like helping their fans dip their toes in it, which feels even weirder because it's like making it cheap and making it affordable for people who maybe don't know what the heck NFTs are, but they're like, oh, those are cheap, those are cool, Elf's making those, why don't I buy one? Like, we don't need more people to get into it. Stop it. And then the other reason why Elf is definitely targeting their audience versus crypto bros is that you can just pay with a regular credit card. You don't even need crypto. So again, you're selling a digital version, just a picture, like a graphic of a concealer that's dipped in gold for the same price as if somebody were to go actually buy that concealer in a store. So it doesn't have like a lot of intrinsic value. And then people are able to use their credit card instead of something like Ethereum or whatever the other cryptocurrencies are, making it even closer to just selling something normally. Just selling a thing. They've taken so many of the things out that made NFTs even unique in the first place and just made it like, oh, it's just a new way to sell stuff. This is just a new digital merch for brands. This is what it feels like. Brands are looking at this as a new way of showing brand loyalty and a new kind of merch that people can buy and sport and show off in their own NFT collections. Why somebody would have that to show off to people, I don't know. I do not know. That seems like a weird flex. This whole thing is a weird flex. NFTs, people who show off your NFTs, it's just a weird flex in general. Please don't tell me about your NFTs. Please. The idea that they're having to work with a sustainability brand, a sustainability company, to offset the exorbitant carbon footprint from making graphics into like special things or special gifts, basically. They're fucking gifts. Like, you're buying gifts for thousands of dollars sometimes. If you just didn't do it, you wouldn't have to offset the carbon footprint and you could just use those resources for something better rather than having to offset the ridiculous carbon footprint you made from making gold gifts of Poreless Putty Primer. On to NARS. NARS worked with online marketplace Truzy for the sale of their NFTs that are all inspired by their popular, get this, they're all inspired by the orgasm line. Who could have seen that coming? Hey. Don't. But seriously, like, this was the most predictable thing for NARS to do. That's like, okay, well, people are kind of sick of everything being orgasm related as far as products. Let's just make products that they don't use, that are just got the orgasm name on it. Ooh, because people are going to be really into that. I really want to know, like, how, like, if these all sold out. Like, I'm very curious, like, if all of these sold out. If they did, I have lost a little bit of faith in humanity. So NARS, they commissioned 3 artists to make them. The artists are fashion designer Azadeh Jean-Pierre, DJ and music producer Nina Kraviz, and collage and crystal artist Sarah Shaquille. But because they commissioned the artwork from those artists, specifically, like, they gave them a set amount of money, those artists actually aren't getting the money from the NFTs after they sell. Doesn't that feel a little bit weird? You're paying artists for their work, which is good. Like, you commissioned artists to make them specifically, but then those artists don't get any of the subsequent money from the sale of that NFT. Huh? Come again? What? My brain is breaking. Truzy founder Mark Beckham says, unlike other platforms that behave like a massive marketplace, we tell the story of one artist or one brand at a time. We're not selling digital art for the sake of selling digital art. It's a much broader, robust approach, rooted in creating marketing value. There is also commercial value in unlocking exclusive access, product drops, and experiences. What does that even mean? So much of the talk around NFTs and crypto, it's like people are speaking in this coded language that like only crypto people can understand. Cause like what does any of that mean? You know, I don't think I'm that dumb of a person. I don't know what the hell that guy just said. The weirdest thing about this is that the art that NARS commissioned is actually really cool. Like the actual art pieces are quite cool. Like they're not those like ugly weird ape pictures that people made their Twitter profile pic. Like it's actually cool art. Just sell it. Just make fucking art. Just like buy art, please. Like just like I said, my brain is breaking. And last but not least, Givenchy. Actually most, because they're the most expensive. Givenchy Parfums partnered with London gallery owner Amar Singh and the Rewind Artist Collective to sell 1,952 copies of a digital artwork in support of the LGBTQ charity Les Mags Jaunes Association. So at least it was for charity. And like, again, charitable giving, never a bad thing. They also did a second drop more recently in the fall of 2021 with graphic artist Cheeto, and there's all kinds of just, again, fashion talk, the idea of like, oh, NFTs and graphic art, it's the fashion of the digital age. Not everything has to be made digital in the digital age. Just saying. Like, you're not gonna have cereal made digital in the digital age. You're not gonna have toothpaste be made digital in the digital age. Unless you're playing The Sims or like a dating sim where you get to dress up your damn character. I don't know. Just any fucking game where you get to pick a costume. That's the only kind of digital fashion I'm interested in. And even then, that has its limitations from game to game. Unless it's Bella Goth, I don't care about digital fashion. And just like e.l.f. in offsetting their carbon footprint, Givenchy decided to launch the NFT collection on the Polygon network, not the YouTube channel that Brian David Gilbert used to kick ass on.
Waluigi, the tall bastard man that Nintendo loves to disrespect.
But it's a digital marketplace for NFTs, and apparently it's known for its minimal energy consumption. Why did this have to be made into NFTs? Why could this just not have been done in a more traditional way to make money for charities? You don't even have to worry about carbon footprint or like digital marketplaces or the fashion industry of the digital world. Like, oh, and then there was that one time where Jeremiah Starfish made a cursed NFT of his own face and body. I would like to forget it. I would like to forget it because it was terrifying. But that kind of is a nice way to close it out, is that makeup and fashion brands and brands that normally deal with like consumables or things that have like an planned obsolescence, like clothes, phones, things that actually degrade and deteriorate over time. Any brands that are usually in the market of that, getting into NFTs, seem to be looking at it as a way of either it being a new form of showing loyalty to a brand, supporting a brand, if you will, or a new way of raising money for charity, which, like I said, raising money for charity is never a bad thing, but this is not the route of least resistance that they could have done to get money to charity. It feels like the weirdest, most convoluted, patting themselves on the back way of doing that. And the idea of having like digital merch for people to buy and to have and to own to show loyalty to brands. Brands that are this big, like big brands that end up in Sephora and drugstores, like brands like NARS and MAC and e.l.f. these are not brands that, like, the idea of supporting the brand is such a weird thing when it's like you're buying products to use on your face. Like, you're buying products, you're consuming products in some way or another to put stuff on your face or to put stuff in your hair, however, on your body. Getting something to use in some capacity, I don't feel like that it makes any sense to, like, support a brand monetarily unless it's like an indie brand. Like, if it's a small brand, an indie brand that, like, is working on, like, a pre-order of a product or something, and then they're needing to get a bigger warehouse, like something like that, supporting a brand makes sense because a lot of the times you are, I don't know, you see more of the process, you see more of the person up at the top, you actually kind of, I don't know, you get to see more of the human side of it. But when it comes to these big brands that, like, have multi-million-dollar corporations behind them, regular people don't need to support them in that way. If you like buying the products, just buy the products. And if you want to donate money to the Keith Haring Foundation, just donate money to the Keith Haring Foundation. If you want to donate money to any of these charities that the other brands worked with, just do it. Email, you go to the website and you hit donate. Oh my God, it's so easy. And then you don't have, like, a weird carbon footprint made by making a special serial number for your GIF. When you put it that way, it feels really stupid, doesn't it? Right? It feels really like a waste of money. The makeup and beauty industry sphere has been struggling the last few years. We all see it. We all know it. Because of COVID, brands have been shutting down left and right. They've been filing for bankruptcy. They have been hurting. And a lot of those brands need something new to spice it up. And unfortunately, it looks like NFTs are one of the ways that they are spicing it up. It's not my kind of spice. This is the cilantro of spices for me. I have the cilantro soap gene, unfortunately. I wish I didn't. I wish I could taste how good it tastes, but it tastes like Lysol. Please, if you ever just want to donate money to a charity, just donate it. Just donate money to the Keith Haring Foundation. Don't buy a $250 graphic that has Keith Haring inspired art on it that goes to charity. I have, like, incomplete, complicated thoughts about using art from deceased artists in, like, very kind of hyper-capitalist, hyper-consumerist ways that I could go on about for a while, but I don't even have, like, concise, gathered thoughts on that, as if this video was concise
At all.
Me looking at the total runtime of how long this video is going to be.
Oh, I haven't hit an hour yet.
But yes, I have lots of thoughts about it that could make this video even rantier than it already is. But that's NFTs, y'all. That's NFTs, makeup brands. I will leave links, like I said, to articles and resources that I used about the specific NFTs that the brands are coming up with, and then just about NFTs in general. I will link some other videos that maybe go into a slightly different side of NFTs. Most of the videos are quite comedic, most of what I watch these days. So definitely go check them out if you haven't already. For today's song of the day, we have one. Let's see. What do we have? Song of the day. Actually, wait. Wait.
Typhoon.
One of my faves put out a new record this month called Underground Complex #1. I was like, does it have a number? Yes, Underground Complex #1. And it's really good. It's really, really good. It's really fucking good. I saw that they were going on tour, and when I heard this record, I was like, wait a minute. Wait. They're playing in June. If I get to hear this record, that'll be the first time I've seen Typhoon since the last band at the last day at the last Sasquatch, because they were the last band that were playing on the last day of the last Sasquatch in 2018, and I have not seen them since then because fucking COVID happened. So, I am so looking forward to it. Up Again from Typhoon is your song of the day off their brand new record, Underground Complex #1. So definitely go check it out. They are one of my faves. They are from Portland, Oregon, and they are fucking amazing. Definitely go check out the song below. Check out my other social media. Links to all of those will be down below as well. My Instagram and my Twitter are both Abers07, and then my Twitch is just Abers. And then my second channel, currently titled More Abers. I haven't quite decided yet of what what it's going to be called, but if you have any brilliant ideas, let me know in the comments down below. But I love her Let's Plays. Oh my god! Hello! Who's thank you for the raid! Oh, whoa! Oh my god! Hi! Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid. Holy shit. Wow, I am finishing up a shell challenge. Holy crap. Oh my god. Hi, who even, I am overwhelmed. Hi, Pale Green. Thank you for the raid. Hi. I hope you liked this video. I had fun researching it and writing out an outline. I need to come up with new places that I can film. New sets. Not like this is a set. It's just a room. I'll link Jarvis Johnson's merch too, because that's what this is. It's very soft. It's very high quality. I love the like Winnie the Pooh primary colors. And I match my eyeshadow. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you have a good weekend. It is Friday. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the week. If you want to tune in, I will be streaming on Twitch tomorrow night at about 8 o'clock. We're going to be playing The Sims, so come hang out for that if you are so inclined. And otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye!